to my podcast. My name is Sally, and I'm WoolDiaries on Instagram and on Ravelry. I am nowhere else. Well, I am, but I don't really pay attention there. So, today is the 6th of August, and this is episode 32. 32, because it didn't record last time, even though it told me it was. No comment. So, I'd like to say hello and welcome to all of you watching, all of you who've subscribed, and all of you who are members of my group. And I think I might have that as an intro. Ta-da. In Santon, today is 6/2/22, which is 43 to 72 degrees Fahrenheit. It's cold, people. I've had enough of the cold. Really? I've had enough of the cold. You Northern Hemisphere can freaking give me my summer back. And I just dropped a stitch. Oh, please hold. Your call will be attended to momentarily. Okay. Fixed. Done now. Right. Sport update. Gina, just block your ears. No, but don't, because then you won't know when I'm finished. The Proteas are finished with their tour in Bangladesh. Their second test match was also rained out. So neither one of the test matches finished. And which means Bangladesh won the series because they beat the Proteas in 2 of the ODIs. The Proteas head off to New Zealand next, where they'll probably get another hiding. Anywho, I have been watching the FINA World Championship 2015, which is being held in Kazan, Russia. What FINA is it's the International Aquatics Association. So they do all the sports that require water, basically. There is water polo, South Africa tanked in that, men's and women. There is rowing, there is open water, there is diving, there is normal swimming, there is synchronized swimming, there is, and all the different variations of those in there as well. So South Africa has won 1 gold medal. Chad Ho, why did I say it like that? Chad Ho won the gold medal for the 5K open water swim. Well done. That is amazing. 5K open water is hard work. It really is hard work. We have 3 silver medals. Cameron van der Berg, who specializes in breaststroke, has won 2. Adam Peaty from Great Britain beat him both times. They were very good races, very, very, very like down to the wire, really down to the wire. And then our third one was Chad Leclerc. I didn't actually watch his, he swims butterfly. I didn't actually see his race, so I'm not too sure. What was I doing? Because I really only want to watch the South Africans. I don't know. Maybe making supper. Because I always swim at supper time, freaking South Africans. Right, Rugby Championship, which is South Africa, New Zealand, Australia, and Argentina playing against each other. This year, due to the World Cup starting, I did not write that down. Let me look at that while I talk to you. Because of the World Cup starting, they're only playing each other once. They normally play each other once away and once home. I clearly cannot talk and read at the same time. How lame. Okay. So the Springboks have played New Zealand and they've played Australia, so they've got Argentina to play. They're playing here in South Africa and they're playing on Saturday at 5:05. World Cup. 43 more sleeps, people. 43 more sleeps. And I need to knit all the socks during that. Because I said last week, I can't pay attention to squat pattern. I just need to go round and round and round. I have 2 FOs. And both of them are by Alicia Plummer. Well, the patterns are. The first one was the Thunderstorm, Mystery Knit Along. I finished it on Tuesday. The last clue came out on Friday. I finished it on Tuesday. And I don't have it. Sally, why don't you have your finished object? I don't have blocking wires. And I don't want to buy because I'm not a big shawl knitter, although you wouldn't say so in the past few days, a few episodes. I took it yesterday when I went to Helena Tiny Giraffe and Revelry and asked her to please. I actually, my WhatsApp said to her, I'm going to abuse our friendship and ask you to please block this with her blocking wires on her proper blocking mats. So she said yes. So I took it there yesterday. So hopefully by next week I should have it all blocked and beautiful, and I can show you. It's massive, people. It's massive, but oh, it's lovely. It's lovely. I put it on after I finished it, and I could have just carried on wearing it as it was. It was beautiful. The pattern was stunning. There were so many people writing it that there was, as far as I know, there was an issue with the first clue. The first, because I told you it wasn't clues, it was phases. There was an issue with the first, no. Was it the first or the second phase? I can't remember. One of the phases. And then one of the very last phases, I think it was phase 6. Yeah, it was phase 6. There was another issue with, but before Alicia could even come on and correct it, some of those wickedly fast knitters had already rectified it and posted on the thread. And they weren't big issues, they were just tiny issues, really tiny issues. The pattern is both charted and written, which is nice. I couldn't use the charts because the repeats were very close together, so I would get a bit all confounded as to which row I was on. So most of the time I used the written. It was a very nice, very enjoyable knit along. I probably will make that shawl again because it's massive and it's so nice, and it's just, yes, a lot has to do with the yarn, of course. The yarn was beautiful. Anyway, I won't talk about that one anymore because I don't have it to show you, and this is unfair. Can't wait to show you how the lightning finished off. Oh, spectacular. My second Alicia Plummer FO that I've got is my back shawl that I'm wearing. I finished it on Sunday. I wove in the ends. I put it on. I hated it because the neck didn't do anything. It just like, it didn't do anything. So some modifications that I did on mine was I made it longer than what it called for, and I actually made it too long. Have you ever? Because I've never. I made it too long. I did a cowl neck because I wanted to use up all this yarn. This yarn is doomed. It's been, my friend bought it for a blanket, which she couldn't, it just did not want to, it didn't want to be a blanket. And I know there's yarn out there that does this. You get stumped. So she gave it to me, and then I tried to be 2 other sweaters before this. And it didn't want to be those either. It just didn't want to be those either. So I was determined this time, to use all of it, which I did. I've got like minimal left over. Like seriously, like a meter of each. Some of them I don't have anything left over. And I was determined to finish, to just use up all the yarn. It needed to be something and done something, which is why I did a big cowl neck, because I still had 100 grams left over after I had finished the pullover. The pattern is 2 colors. I've used 4 colors. What else did I do? Oh, the pattern is not full sleeve. It's elbow length. I did full sleeve because the DK sweater I cannot wear in this country in summer. No, 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 no. It's winter. And in winter, my arms are just as cold as the rest of my body. So I've got a full length arms. What else did I do? Oh, I didn't do the back of the neck short row shaping because I told you last week, like a dumbass, I didn't read the pattern. And now I need to stand up and show you my back short info. Oh, I didn't do the eyelets on the sleeves because I forgot. Sure, I did quite a few modifications. Not on purpose. Most of them are just like because I'm an idiot. The cowl would sit nicer, I think, if I had done the back row shaping, the back of the neck row shaping, but I didn't. So, and it's fine. I mean, it's not exactly what I had in mind, but after I washed it and I blocked it, I stretched the cowl up and out. So now it sits a lot better. It's a bit fluffed because I was futzing with it during the last episode, of course, as I do. So, see, it's too long. Rachel, I'm not answering you. It's too long. I can't. I don't mind it being here, but it's gone past my book. I don't. So, what this is, Nurturing Fibers, DK Super Twist. And it is in, thanks to Ravelry and me putting in my stash, I now know this is Prussian, this is Hunter, this is Imperial, and this is Braveheart, the variegated. And the colors are all from the variegated, all the colors you find in here. I love it. What else? That's it. I do love it. It's so nice and warm and tasty. So those are my two FOs. One I can't show you. Hopefully next week. I'm sure next week. And then this, and then my back short. It took me a week. I started last Sunday and I finished this Sunday. Does that make sense? Yes. It took me a week, but listen, people, it's a DK sweater. So let's move into whoops while I'm saying this. I never want to hear anybody say that I knit fast again. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Because some of you, for the MV along, are kicking my butt. You've already split for the armholes. And I'm still 8 rows away from splitting from the armholes, and 8 very long rows away from splitting for the armholes. And you've already gone and done it. And you know who you are. And if you don't know who they are, then go check it out on Ravelry, on my group. There are some pictures of these knitting machines. That's all I'm going to say. Their projects, should I say. I cast on, when did I cast on? On the second. When was the second? Sunday. I cast on Sunday after I finished the back shawl. I wanted to get the back shawl finished and then, because I was so close, I didn't want to put it down. So I finished the back shawl on Saturday night. I had finished everything but the cowl. So Sunday I banged out the cowl of the back shawl. And then I sat and I knitted. I cast it on my mama vertebrae. I'm doing mine out of 2 merino singles fingering weights. I'm using green and red. The green is from Nurturing Fibers and the red is from One of a Kind. It's living currently, because it's big enough, or should I say small enough, to live in my other Afrikaans bag that I got from the last swap that we did. This colorway is called The Field. This is the Nurturing Fibers Merino Singles. And like I said, I've got 8 more rows to go. That's the back, before I split for the armholes. And here is my front, which if you are following the pattern, you'll notice mine is a lot bigger because I'm increasing on both sides, on both rows, on every row, should I say, so that I get more of a coverage over the front. So there you go. I've got 8 more rows, people. I am using 3.25 because that's the size for the fingering weight one, and it's the size I did my last fingering weight one in, which was the Serena one, and I was lazy. Did I swatch? No. Should I have swatched? Probably. I almost ripped this out the other night, to be honest. I was like, I've had enough. I'll hold it double, and as far as it goes, that's as far as it goes. But I didn't. So I've got 8 more rows to go, and then I split for that, and I've got that much left. So we'll see how much I have after 8 rows, and then I will do some rows on the body, or just go straight into the red, or I don't know. We will see. Now, what else I said about the MV along is in the group on the thread there is a general guide as to where you should be by certain dates, so that you will be finished by the end of September. It's just a guideline. Please don't feel like that you have to be there and you can't do anything else. I am not going to go further because I'll be finished by next week, to be honest, if I just carry on knitting on it. Or maybe the week after. Probably the week after. But I'm not going to. I'm going to stick to those dates. So if I remember correctly, the sleeve separation has to be done by the 17th. So I will do the sleeve separation today, and then I'll leave it. Sally, how can you leave it? Because I've got something flipping else to work on. August socks. August is Women's Day here in South Africa. It's actually this weekend. It's actually on Sunday. So we have a long weekend this weekend. Because you get Monday off. And it was my turn, and I was like, Women's Day. What can I do for Women's Day? And then I thought, we multitask. We wear a multitude of hats. We are multifaceted. Women are not just one. And men. But I'm talking about women now because it's Women's Month, and that's what the socks are representing. So I was like, okay, so how do I represent all of that in one pair of socks? And I got to thinking, and I contacted Em from Electrical Nation, and I said, I want you to dye 200 grams, but split them into 50 grams, so 450 grams, all the same. So I'm not. And I would like you to make them rainbows, starting from the toes to the cuffs in a rainbow. I was like, make it 3 rainbows, because even under all those different titles and different layers that we wear, we still have different shades. So there are 3 rainbows. There is a dual tone rainbow, a screaming at the colors where the colors are screaming at you rainbow, and there is a pastel colored rainbow. So I've had this since February. I have been dying since February to knit this. I have been, been very good and not done it. But yes, I have been dying to knit this since February. So let me show you. Let me finish my round. I have wound, so we've got two skeins. I have the one I've left the way that M skeined it, and the other one I reskeined to the opposite direction. So this is the one that this is how we got it from M. See, it's got the pastel, I don't know why I do that, I always put my hand in front of my mouth. It's got the pastel rainbow in the middle, the screaming rainbow, the pastel rainbow in the center. This one will. The screaming rainbow in the middle, and then the jewel tone rainbow on the outside. And the silver is silver lining. The one I'm working on, I've rewound the opposite direction. So it's started with silver lining and jewel tone, and then it goes to screaming, and then it goes to the pastel on the outside. So beautiful. So here's my sock. Silver lining, purple, blue, green, yellow, orange, and I've just started the red. I've literally just done one round of red. I've got to do the red and then the heel, which I'm going to use undyed L in the natural colorway because I don't want to break up the stripes and I don't have anything extra. I didn't think. I should have actually asked M to dye black for toes, heels, and cuffs, but I didn't actually. These are also not going to be finished as quickly as my normal socks because I want to use up there is going to be no leftover of this. Nothing whatsoever. Any shape or form. This is going to be used up. So even if I have to cast off in a different colorway that I will scrounge from somewhere, that's the way it's going to be. But I'm not. So these are going to be long socks. I don't think they're going to be knee highs. Or over the knees. I think they might just be knee highs. But that's fine. As long as I use every single color. I want every single color. I don't want any of them not used. So those are my epic. I love them. Love it, love it, love it. Emu, so cool. It's so amazing. With M, you say to her, can you do X, Y, and Z? And she never says no. Bless her heart, she never says no. She never says no. She doesn't need to learn how to use that word. And how she interprets it. She takes your idea and she like explodes it. Even the ones where we've just given her a word, like autumn, like our autumn socks. Sally Jane just said to her autumn. Off you go. And every single colorway that I've got from M, I have been blown away by. There hasn't been anything that I've gone, M, where was your brain? Everything is just stunning. Absolutely stunning. And exactly what I had in my head. Or better. 90% of the time it's better. Anywho. I have now spoken about the hashtag MV along. Or just Sally, why didn't you just call it V along? It should have just been a V along because you can knit a kiddie one, you can knit a baby one, you can knit a newborn one, you can knit whatever size you want. But you all wanted a vertebra along, so we're doing one. The other thing that I'm doing is from the 15th to the 25th of August, I will be hosting the Sock Blanket Madness hashtag on Instagram. So the idea for this is we all have, well, okay, some of us have those sock blankets that we are making with mini skeins or, sorry, my yarn is a bit tight, that we are making with mini skeins or that we're making with leftovers. And I noticed that mine has been languishing for a while. It's just been sitting there. I still like it, but it's just been sitting there. So last month, Rachel Swims, I am Rachel Swims on Instagram, and myself challenged each other to see how many we could do. What a big fail for me. I did like all of 3. Anywho, a lot of people last month, we didn't give a lot of notice. We decided in the morning and we posted it on Instagram in the morning. We didn't even like give it too much thought. And a lot of people were like, oh, but overseas they're on summer holiday and some of them weren't at home and some of them didn't, they were waiting for extra mini skeins or leftovers or whatever. So I said, okay, I'll do it again this month. So it's from the 15th to the 21st of August. And how it works is on the 14th of August, you take a photo of your blanket, and you say how many squares you have on your blanket. And you must use the hashtag sock blanket magnets. Right? Then you add, however you are adding to your blankets, you add to it. If you're crocheting, you crochet them. If you are knitting them, you knit them. However you are adding them, you add them. It's not just a knitting one. It's also for the crochet blanket. Yes. So, and then on the 22nd, you take another photo of your blankets and you say how many you've added. And please, people, don't make me do maths. Don't say to me that you added 20. I mean, you had 20 and then now you've got 45. I must math that. Please don't. Because we all know how epically awesome I am with the math. Please don't. Please, I'm begging you. So on the 14th, you say, I've got 20 squares. And on the 22nd, you say, I've added 10 squares. Okay? Okay. Please don't say, give me 20. Don't make me math. Please don't make me math. And then on the 23rd, I'll announce the winner. It's just you get the crown for the rest of the month. That's it. That's it. You get the sock blanket madness crown for the rest of the month. That is your prize. You're the queen of the sock blanket madness. Right. In Yarny news, Electric Carnation still has her D-stash up on Ravelry. Go check it out, South Africans, if you want some overseas yarn. I think it's all overseas, but there's a little bit of Venice. If you're looking for scraps of Venice, I think she's got a whole lot of partial balls left of Venice. On her Hello Pretty store, she has mini skeins up. And she will ship internationally if you're looking for mini skeins, people, for your sock blanket madness week. Just saying. Use it, don't use it. My yarn pimp, Natural Yarns. She's been doing some updates on her website. I haven't looked yet. I will look after this is uploaded. And there you all have bought everything before I get there. And for us in Johannesburg, the Arthur Bale sale ends on Saturday. So, Saturday's your last day to go and get some stuff that you might not normally buy because it's so darn expensive there. Just saying. Use it, don't use it. I haven't been. I've been a very, very good girl. Helena lives, you can walk from Helena's house to there. I've been to Helena twice since the sale started and I haven't gone to Arthur Bale's once. I've been a very good girl. Although they're probably not very happy because I normally drop a buttload of money there. Anyway, now I'm rambling. So, tot ziens, and remember, if you want to see progress, knit on one thing at a time.